Yo, duckies, Andi here, back with another LioranBoard video, and this is something that people have been asking for quite some time, and it's a whole lot easier now that we've got version 1.43 of LioranBoard. It does mean that we can kind of do if statements, and it makes a lot of kind of logic a lot easier to do, but I'm going to be showing you how to do a toggle switch. So when you press it on your deck or anything like that, you can see whether or not the effect is on or the effect is off, or whatever you want to choose to put on that button, and no matter how many times I press it, you'll see it'll always trigger and change the way that the button looks. So if that's something that you want to know, then stick around. Alright guys, put your rock in the stone, let's go. So just like with everything in LioranBoard, there's many ways that you could do this, as it's very powerful basic programming language. So there are different ways. You might find it easy to do a different method, but I think this is the easiest for me, so I'm going to share it with you guys. So basically the thing that I'm going to be looking for now is to toggle this image on and off just like this, but obviously have some sort of effect on my deck so I can see if it's toggled on or off. So I'm going to jump straight into LioranBoard, and I've got a new deck just here. I'm going to open that up. Keen-eyed viewers will see Pokemon and Friends on there, iOS alerts. Myself and Waldo make tons of stuff for Stream Up, so make sure you do follow them, and all the links are in the description, so you get loads of free stuff on there. So jumping into the new deck that I've got just here, I'm just going to right click and create a new blank button. Going to give it some text. I'm just going to put in image here. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to press OK, and you'll probably see if I press done and go to the actual deck, you'll see it just says image, and it doesn't do anything. It doesn't change color when it's clicked or anything like that. This is all going to change now. So jumping back to the deck, on image, we're going to right click and add some commands. So 1.43 of LioranBoard has changed everything. The way it looks, it's just so much easier to use. They've got if statements, and that is what we're going to use first. So we're going to press the plus sign, change it on the left here to if, and we're going to basically check if a variable is in use. So the one that we're going to use and create is image underscore toggle. You can call this absolutely anything, but make sure you do keep your variable names easy to remember and not used more than once, otherwise you will run into issues. So we're going to compare if it equals 0. So this basically means if the image is off. That's basically what we're saying there. Then we want it to do something. So I'll hover my mouse just here and press the plus sign. So if the image is off, we want to turn the image on. So I'm going to change this to a source, change visibility. The scene that we're on is the scene that we see down here, just chatting, and we're going to use image just there. So the scene we're on is just chatting, and then we're going to use image and want to turn it on. So if the image is off, turn it on. Okay? But we need to do some other bits for extra logic in there. So we need to add a change variable. So we're going to type in variable and use the math change variable option just here. And the variable name is going to be the image toggle. So we're going to paste that into there and press equals and then say 1. Oh, not 41, 1. Because that means what we're seeing here is if image toggle is 0, so if it's off, then turn the image on and then tell LioranBoard that the image is on. That is basically what we've done there. And we're going to then say if the image is basically already on, we need to turn it off. So if image doesn't equal 0, which is the else, so we're going to do a plus just here. We're going to turn off this source. So if we type in source, change visibility, we're going to do the just chatting image, and we're going to turn it to false, because if the image toggle is 0, then do this. If it's not, do this. That's how it works, okay? And then we need to do the same with change variable. I'm going to copy that one and paste it in here, but we're going to say image toggle equals 0 because we've turned it off. So if I press done and press done again, you'll see, if I close that down and open this, you'll see it turns that image on and off. And you're like, yeah, that's fine. You could do that with a standard toggle switch, okay? But we want to change the way that this kind of button looks. So if we jump back into LioranBoard and we right click and press edit commands, in between the source change visibility and the change variable, we're going to add another command. So I usually like just copying and pasting one, and then you can edit it just like that. And the one that we're going to use is modify button. So the button we're going to modify, the button ID, is up here in the left-hand corner, so ID 7. So I'm going to type in ID 7, make sure it's exactly the same. and we can say how much red, green, and blue we want. So you can get these variables if you go into the change color command. You can see all the different variables. They go all the way to 255, right down to 0, just there. So I'm just going to press cancel and jump into here. So when it's on, I want the button to be green. So I want 0 red, 0 blue, and 255 green, because that's maximum green. It's up to you what color you want. And we're going to change the text as well to image, and then use hashtag, because that means another line underneath on. I'm going to put on in capital letters. You could add an image in there. You could also add a border if you wanted to. And we're going to do the exact same. So I'm going to copy it with the scissors here and paste it above this variable. But this time, we're going to change the red to 255, green to 0, and we're going to type image off. Press done. And press done again. And that is it. The basic command now, you won't see any change just here, but if I press this, you'll see image off, red, image on, we've got a green sign. And it doesn't have to be just for a visibility. You could use it for turning filters on and off, so you know if certain filters are on. That is also what it can be used for. And that's the basics of just making a toggle switch inside of LioranBoard. A lot of people kind of find it a little bit complicated sometimes, but I'm going to keep doing these little bits, these little handy hints, along with the masterclass that we've got as well. So hopefully it does help you out. If you want to help me out as well, so I can keep making this content full time, then consider being a channel member or joining the Patreon as well. Okay, guys, put your rock in the stone, and I'll see you in the next one. Much love. I just want to say a huge thanks to all my patrons that help make this content full-time, make it free for you guys, and also a huge thanks to all my YouTube members. You guys are legends. Thank you so much for everything that you do for me and the community. Keep it up, guys.